So, like, what do you do? What have you learned so far?
Well, first off, most importantly, I think I've learned that as human beings, the path we must take from here on is very steep and dangerous. We're facing one of the biggest challenges in our history. The systems which our society have built themselves upon completely disregard the environment, and in fact, they function at the expense of it. Most importantly, we must stop looking for short-term solutions. We should stop focusing on small steps that we take. And we must completely change our perspectives. With such a big challenge, we must shift our mindsets. Yeah, so what I'm referring to specifically is changing the way we value nature and the environment. Once we change our values, then automatically our mindsets will change. I think we should leave behind the Eurocentric idea that humans are superior to nature and that nature is here to serve us. Basically, the notion of domination over nature. Every tree is a living individual whom we share a relationship with. We must learn how to build this relationship. It is from there that we can start to portray nature in a way that the policies will be very different from what we have done up until now.
Do you think that you've been able to like adopt this philosophy?
But I have adopted these values. I've started embracing them. And one of the most impactful insights that I've had when changing my value base was, well, like when you grow up, what you learn comes from observing and imitating.
That's right, yeah.
So when you're a little child, you learn from your parents, but because you saw your parents as equal or even superior individuals from you many times. However, you probably wouldn't have learned from them if you viewed them as inferior, right?
That's right.
Because you wouldn't try to imitate something that you believe is inferior for you, or learn from something that is inferior to you.
Yeah.
So the same applies to nature. As I have come to see everything in my surroundings as equals to me, I realize that I can learn from nature as well, not just about nature. I must observe and experience to realize that my surroundings are trying to teach me something. But every healthy relationship consists of reciprocity. And if you're expecting to receive and learn from nature, you must be willing to give back as well.
It's possible to like change people or make them change their values?
I think we are headed that way. I believe more and more people are starting to realize the importance of preserving the environment and the strong connection that we have as human beings with the environment. There is so much that has to change. I understand that. But for me, it's like once we change our values, then we can start changing everything else. But we must first take the right path.
Think we'd be able to live in harmony with nature?
You need the environment, but it is as simple as that. But we see the groups of people who have survived with nature. Again, I'm going to emphasize the idea of values. These people have developed a relationship with the environment based on a very different value base than our Eurocentric values. And I think we must connect with these people, learn from them as well, and try to adopt that in our society.